Hi guys, welcome back, and this is the flow, and we're playing Dominions for Middle Ages Agartha. I actually didn't resolve last turn yet because there were a few things I want to change. I'm recording this right after the last episode. Um, okay, so I actually didn't move Lothar yet. I think I want him to scout to the right. We're gonna expand probably this way soon enough with our troglodyte party. And I'd like to know if there's somebody maybe in this area. We'll have to start to define our borders and see where we can carve out this new Argarthian empire, or a nation really. Also, I wanted to change a little bit about these scripts. I suddenly remembered our Agarthan infantry have very high encumbrance. Encumbrance measures how quickly your troops get tired, basically, from fighting, from running. So I actually put them. They were up here, but I put them way up the front with hold and attack commands instead of attack commands, so they don't get tired before the fight even starts. They should be close enough to charge in when fighting breaks out. And that's basically it, so let's resolve the turn. Alright, so a proclamation from Nazca. Nazca, that's the nation with the flying creatures, the dead flying creatures, and the living flying creatures. Topa Atoa, the Inca, shall hereby be known as the prophet of Ayar Uchu. Okay, and let's check our battles. One battle in High Woods. So this is our troglodyte expansion army. Okay, let's see how they fare. So this is good. You know, the arrows actually go into the shard guards. And if we look at our troglodytes, they've got protection 7, while our shard guards, they have protection 20. So they can take these arrows. Okay, and now one of the troggies dies. Let's see if they're gonna rout the lion tribe warriors. Nice. And now the arrows are still going for the shard guards, and the troggies, they basically step on everything. So that was a nice battle. We lost one troglodyte slave, and the battle in Bitra. Okay, so we've got a lot of militia, a little bit of heavy infantry, and now they should go. They're not getting off that good of a hits, and our light infantry is fighting their heavy infantry, which isn't that good of a fight for us. I think we're doing okay over here. And the militia runs. That's good. We might have lost some of our infantry here though. Okay, let's see. 4 of our light infantries were killed, which is, with a party this small, kind of a hit, but Hawk did his job, man. They won, they took the province. Okay, so I like to start with troop movement, but I have an idea. So we're playing Agartha. There's 5 other nations in the game, and in the game setup we briefly talked about them, but maybe we can look through at least one of their nation descriptions now. Not this menu. Statistics, the pretenders of the world. So, info. He's the pretender of Urmor. Urmor was once a great empire that conquered most of the known world. The realm crumbled as the great mages of the empire studied dark magic under the sorrow mantis of Satis. Unaware of the dangers of dark sorcery, priests performed unholy rites in the capital city of Eldra Gate. But there were voices who demanded the foul practices to stop. Thurgs and Traumathurgs foresaw the cataclysm and advised generals, governors, and consuls to revolt. When the apostate emperor marched on Ermor itself, the augurs and bishops of the empire were forced to act in concert. In one cataclysmic event, death was let loose and the empire was shattered. The cataclysm attracted attention from an earlier god, a dark and hungry god. The vast power of this awakening god erased the boundaries between the land of the living and the land of the dead. Ermor is now a cursed land of ashes and darkness where nothing grows. The bones of long-dead inhabitants reassembled to form legions of undead under the leadership of the cursed priests of the old Ermorian faith. Undead legions march forth to reconquer a world once theirs. The Ermorian dominion reanimates the dead without the aid of unholy priests. It also destroys the land, turning crops and forests into ashes and people and livestock to bones. And then some changes that somewhat implements. Okay, so these guys, I already told you, they're the undead, but they're basically a fallen faith. I don't know a lot about the lore, but it seems like they themselves were caught in a cataclysm where basically the dead and the living merged, and Ermor turned in a land of the dead. So we'll see these guys around. I think the rest of the nations we'll keep for the later episodes, so we have some of them to go through. Okay, so our troop movement. Ooh, we actually see somebody here. So I guess we'll have to go through another one. It's this one, Wariobath of Ashdod. Alright, so something came up, but I'm back. So we see a province with the dominion of Ashdod, reign of the Anakim. Ashdod is a dry wasteland inhabited by the Rephaim, giants descended from the Nephilim of primordial times. The Rephaim have degenerated and lost the prodigal powers of their predecessors, but they are still mighty in comparison to other beings. While not as mighty as they once were, there are still a few Rephaim with pure blood. In the twin cities of Ashdod and Ashkelon live the Anakim, mightiest of the Rephaim, and the Anakite priest kings. With the disappearance of the Nephilim and the pure-blooded Rephaim, the Nephilim cult has been replaced by ancestor worship. Malikum, Rephaite kings of old, are worshipped at sacred banquets for the dead. So there's more dead. The Kohanim of earlier times have been replaced by the Zamzumin, priest mages and shepherds of the dead who fulfill their purpose in life by being devoured at the funerary banquets. Giants. Okay, they also prefer the heat skill. And they worship the pretender Wariobath, he who makes clear the way, King of Kings, the brilliant god. Well, actually it doesn't really look that good that we're so close to Ashdod, because the Ashdod, they are giants, and giants hit hard with their weapons. So it doesn't matter how tough our shard guards are, I think they get wrecked by these giants. The same for our troglodytes. Our troglodytes, they step on puny humans, but they don't step on giants. Giants won't step on them either, but I don't think it will be a pretty fight. So let's see, what will we gonna do first? Let's get up some province defense in our provinces. Province defense is basically 3 units that defend the province every time there is combat until they get defeated. They get replenished automatically. You want to have at least 1 point of province defense in every province. And then we're gonna move our scout. These are 10 guys, and we are with a little bit more, but I really think this protection would help us, so I don't think we want to fight with the giants just yet, but still we have to secure our own expansion. So our Troggies, they did quite well. I think they can move a little bit forward on what I saw. from the combat overview. So let's move then a little bit forward. And I think we're just gonna expand. This way or this way? That's the question. These are heavy cavalries. Okay. And these are crossbowmen. I think they'll both be quite difficult provinces to expand into. But still I feel you have to expand with your early game armies. So we're still recruiting one of these. Let's get some of these up. So you see we're getting expansion parties of our sacred shard guards as arrow shields and basically regenerative guys combined with our troglodytes. We could get taskmasters or troglodyte trainers who have a taskmaster skill. What this skill does is basically they take care of our slaves better, so they are less likely to break. But I think from my head, elephants who also have trampled, so they're comparable troops, they have a morale of only 9, and troglodytes they have been trained well. You know, they're used to the hardships of the depths, so they have a morale of 12. So I don't really think they need troglodyte trainers to be effective, and we just want to keep getting shard guards. So next time we're gonna have another expansion party out. We're probably gonna send it this way. That means we're gonna send this party this way and then this way. Yes. I just hope the Earthamites are not gonna fight us and they'll expand somewhere else. So did we do everything? How's our research looking? We're still going into alteration, but it's not going that quickly. We only have two researches over here. So let's end the turn. Alright, so by the flags you can see what battles there were. It seems like we didn't go into battle with Ashdod, which is good for us. I wouldn't want to make enemies that quickly. Okay, so our troglodytes who went for the city. Let's see what they're actually up against. Oh, it's only militia. Oh, and some heavy infantry. I hope these heavy infantry won't be too bad for us. They got the first hit on us. But now we're trampling them. And I just hope the troglodytes don't step on our shard guards, because they can step on everything. No. So we almost took out these guys, but the archers came through in the end. I hope we didn't die. We lost our shard guard. Yeah, this doesn't look so good. At least our earth reader survived. Okay, and the battle in Genumia. So we're up against crossbows. This is also gonna be a hard fight, because the crossbowmen who are over here, they do 11 piercing damage, armor piercing. So they negate half of the protection of our shard guards, who have 20. So they can damage them quite a bit. So I hope we have enough over here. I think actually we scripted quite badly the troglodyte battle, the last battle, which cost us a province basically. But our heavy infantry is pulling through. Oh, and in the background our light infantry is going for their commanders. So this was a good battle. Let's see how much we lost. We lost 4 guys. Okay, so we're taking attrition damage. And in Genumia there was an event. A witch was caught while suffering a sentence of death by lapidation. I have no idea what that means, guys. I'm Dutch, by the way. My English is quite good, I think. Lapidation is a word I don't think I've ever heard of. Please leave me a comment to tell me what it means, if it isn't too gruesome for YouTube. Okay, So we didn't take this province, we took this province, and here we have another nation. Wow. So I knew this was gonna happen, and this was actually what I like to have happen uh, in this game. But this is quite a small map. There's 81 provinces, and now already we see that there's a third nation within our view, and I actually think that the other nations, they can't be that far off, so we'll have to expand aggressively and see what lands we can take before we will be drawn into combat uh, with our enemies, who are basically, they all experience cataclysmic events, and we're all trying to restore the order here. Okay, so what do we have? This party, I think they can take another province. If we look at this, horse-tribe cavalry, they're archer cavalry. Pirates and Batianites, I think these are mercenaries. We didn't get any mercenaries yet because we're spending all our monies on normal troops. Yes, so easy. Blackbone the pirate, they are hired by Ashdod. And Victor's villains by this nation, which we'll look at now. Statistics, nation, no, not nation overview. Pretenders of the world. Dash Taknai of Marignan, Fury Justice. Marignan is a feudal theocracy. The Inquisition controls all aspects of the country, including warfare. The feudal lords pay tithes and tax the peasants, but all political decisions are made solely by the church. Marignan rose out of the ashes of Urmor and has succeeded in holding the shadow of the fallen empire at bay through religious zeal and austerity. The widespread fanaticism in Marignan has done wonders for its survival thus far. The heavy infantry is armed with large weapons such as great swords and halberds. All units carry the bright red and orange livery of Marignan. The Inquisitors of Marignan are trained in the House of Fiery Justice together with witch hunters. The witch hunters are mage priests who use astral magic. Okay, so these guys have powerful priests and inquisitors. They're basically the anti-armor nation in this game, and they seem to be buffed by some mod. Okay. Heavy infantry, crossbows, knights, inquisitors. You know, these guys don't seem too bad. So, to be honest, I don't see a reason why we would look for fighting them. If they can help us hold off Ermor, the legions of undead, that would be nice. And Ashdod is actually also a nation of undead, which we will have to face because Ashdod's capital must be over here or something. So we're gonna take this province. We could go for the pirates. Oh, this looks very juicy. 171 income. So let's send Hawk over there. It's heavy infantry. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to handle these guys. Let's get them even further up. Yes. Okay. We lost over there, so our guy is over here. Aurelius. And we're sending out another expansion party under the lead of Anselm. I like the setup we had right now. I don't... no, we didn't get the first hit, that's why we died. So let's look at this battle again real quick. Okay, so they're on hold and attack 2 spaces back, which is not a smart idea. If they're like this, they will be quite a bit further, and I think they'll actually exactly trample our enemies. We'll keep these guys in front with... we can actually copy the commands from this guy. With Control 1 we set it to a control group, basically like you do in RTS games. Here we press 1 and now we have the same things on this guy. So Anselm, which province is he going for? This throne province doesn't seem to be a good idea. Ooh, we didn't even talk about the throne province. But first let's just go for this little province right here. So we're taking 2 provinces, we're getting up some province defense. We have province defense everywhere. This guy, I don't really know what he's gonna do. Let's first look at our recruitment. I think we want one more expansion party. This group is taking some damage, but I think they can take one more province, and maybe this one seems also possible. After Bushford, maybe they can move into Durland. But I want to get at least one more expansion party. Although the troglodytes won't be very helpful if Ashdod attacks us right now. So we'll be getting the same combination of troops again. We can spend all our resources and all our gold, and this is also what I like, you know. For some nations it's very important to have a quick early fortress up, a second fortress, so you can build more troops, because you can only produce commanders and troops and forts in the game. We can still keep our resources and gold quite low, so we're going with this recruitment. This looks quite good, that looks good. We press N to see if we've got any idle guys. Aurelius is still idle. And we're not really in a position to build a fort quite yet, so we're gonna just move him back. There's one troglodyte here. And yeah, that's it. I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Next episode we'll see if Anselm with the troglodyte warriors will take the Kakivik highlands, and if we can move north. We're still hoping that Ashdod doesn't really attack us, because I don't really know if we can fight their giants right now. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any comments and feedback on this Let's Play so far, please put it in the comments. I've made all the videos up till now in one day. It was a really fun experience. If you guys like them, I will continue. And remember, if you want to be named an Earth Reader, or later one of the ancient lords, oracles of the ancients, please let me know. Thanks for watching.